Avvalo, assalomu alaykum. Hurmatli nomzodlar, akademik litseyimizga xush kelibsizlar. Sizlarni tanlovingizga sportchidan muvaffaqiyatli o'tganinglar bilan tabriklaymiz. Demak, bugungi suhbat jarayonida qatnashadigan komissiya tarkibi quyidagicha: Nazar Abdurashid Abdulg'ayevich, Toshkent davlat yuridik universiteti akademik ijrochi direktori, ya'ni men komissiya raisi. Nomidagi Abror Abdurahmonova, Toshkent davlat yuridik universiteti ta'lim boshqarmasi mas'ul xodimi, komissiya a'zosi. Mingbayeva Shahlo Ubaydullayeva, direktor o'quvchilari bo'yicha o'rinbosari, komissiya a'zosi. Akbar Alito'g'li Akbaralio'g'li, direktor yoshlar ishlari bo'yicha o'rinbosari, komissiya a'zosi. Ulug'bek Hurmatullayev, akademik yuridik konsulti, komissiya a'zosi. Mustafa Nodir Sayfiddinovich, kadrlar bo'limi boshlig'i, komissiya kotibi. Demak, tanlovning suhbat bosqichi o'tkazilish tartibini tushuntirib o'taman. Ishchi organ tomonidan e'lon ko'rsatilgan lavozim kesimida nomzodlar navbatma-navbat savolni tanlash uchun chaqiriladi. Nomzod tizim orqali 3 ta savolni tasodifiy, ya'ni avtomatik generatsiya yo'li bilan tanlaydi. Tanlagan savollar ishchi organ tomonidan chop etiladi. Savollar qayta tanlashga, o'zgartirishga yo'l qo'yilmaydi. Savollarga javob berishga tayyorlanish uchun birinchi nomzodga 10 daqiqa vaqt ajratiladi. Nomzod tushgan savollarga javob bera olmasa yoki berilgan javoblar asosida nomzodning bilim darajasini aniqlashning imkoniyati bo'lmasa, komissiya raisining ruxsati bilan qo'shimcha savollar berilishi mumkin bo'ladi. Nomzod tomonidan berilgan javoblar aniq, lo'nda va aynan savol mazmuni bilan mos bo'lishi hamda bitta savolga javob berish davomiylik 3 daqiqadan oshmasligi lozim. Suhbat natijalari bo'yicha har bir savol 10 ballik tizim asosida baholanadi. Nomzod tomonidan to'planishi mumkin bo'lgan eng yuqori ballning 56% va undan yuqorisi to'plaganda nomzod lavozimga tavsiya etiladi. Agar 2 va undan ortiq nomzodlar teng ball to'plagan taqdirda test sinovida yuqori natija qayd qilgan nomzod lavozimga tavsiya etiladi. Ushbu holatda ham tenglik yuz bergan taqdirda komissiya raisining qarori bilan suhbat g'olibi aniqlanadi. Baholar har bir komissiya a'zosi tomonidan alohida qo'yiladi va umumiy baholar qo'shilib, o'rtacha ball chiqarilib, nomzodlar o'tdi yoki o'tmadi shaklida e'lon qilinadi. Jarayon xolis, shaffof bo'lishi uchun YouTube orqali to'g'ridan-to'g'ri translyatsiya qilinmoqda. Baholash jarayoni bo'yicha komissiya a'zolariga savollar bormi? Savollar bo'lmasa, hammanglarga omad jarayonni boshlashimiz mumkin bo'ladi.
Umrayimbayev Davronbek, yoshim 24da, hozirda Toshkent Qoraqalpoq davlat universiteti chet tillar fakulteti ingliz tili filologiyasi fakultetini bitirganman 2023-yili. O'qituvchilikda где-то 1 yilcha o'qitim bor, experience. И yana nima deb qanaqa narsa aytsam bo'ladi? Birinchi savolga o'tsam bo'ladi, bo'lmaydi. Birinchi savol. Qonunchilikka muvofiq kimlar davlat fuqarolik xizmatiga qabul qilinishi mumkin emas? Endi aniq javobni bilmadim, endi aytib ko'ramiz. Birinchisi, menimcha shu fuqaroligi bo'lmagan norezident shaxslar. O'zbekiston Respublikasida muayyan yashamaydigan, fuqaroligi yo'q shaxslar yoki bo'lmasam chet el fuqarolari yoki bo'lmasam va 18 yoshga to'lmagan hali. Va keyin bir xil vaziyatlarda oldin yoki bo'lmasam o'sha paytda jinoiy javobgarlikka tortilayotgan bo'lsa, agar yetadimi? Ikkinchi savolga o'tsak bo'ladimi? Ikkinchi savol. Do you run more now than you did in the past? Bu yerda perevod qilib berishim kerakmi yoki bo'lmasam shartmi? Angliyasida. No, as I get older, I become more passive in a physical way, and because of my work and study, and that's why I become more passive physically. When I was younger, I used to run more frequently, and I was very active, and I work out every day. I train it myself every day, and right now, in these days, I'm not doing so much exercises physically, but mentally, I always think.
Okay, I have another question to you. If your profession is teaching, what do you think? What strategies do you use while teaching unmotivated students during the classes? How can you engage unmotivated students during the classes?
Okay, in order to draw their attention to, especially the passive students, we should use, we have a lot of techniques, a lot of methods. For example, by giving them, by teaching them in a form of game, for example, by using modern technology, maybe the interactive tablets or some kind of giving them tasks according to their interests, maybe. And of course, there are a lot of ways, I think.
To motivate students.
Yes, okay.
Number one.
Следующий вопрос?
Yes.
Хорошо. In the third question, I was given a situation. John went to a cafe and asked for a cup of tea. He was served the tea, but sent it back because there was a fly in the cup. He was served a new cup of tea, but he realized it was the same cup of tea and not a fresh one. He got angry and shouted at the waiter. How did John realize that it wasn't a fresh cup of tea? Justify your answer. Maybe the cup of tea was not hot. It was warm. That's why he realized that it was the same cup of tea that he was served already.
What do you think is the role of technology in English language teaching today?
You mean technology?
What do you think is the role of technology in language teaching today?
Okay. I think the modern technology plays a crucial role in teaching not only English, but also other subjects too. Because everything that surrounds us today is technology, our computer, our laptops, our tablets. In order to give some kind of information, you should have minimum technology, for example, laptops or screen. That's why we cannot imagine our modern teaching methods without these equipments.
Can you explain the difference between present perfect and past simple with examples?
Present perfect, past simple. I run it, for example, in present perfect, we shouldn't mention the exact time in the present perfect. And in the past simple, we mention the exact time. For example, I worked, я работал, man işledim. I worked yesterday, for example. And when we want to say some kind of imperfect, we don't mention any kind of time, exact time. For example, I've been working at school for 3 years, maybe. In this situation, we mention the period of time, not the beginning of time. Да, русского. IELTS 7 bor, keyin multi-level, milliy sertifikat C1. 2 yil bor hali. Yaqinda. Yozda olganman. Bilim?
Assalomu alaykum. Men Fayzolayeva Dildoraman. 2021-yil Milliy universitetidan bitirdim va 3 yil akademik litseyda ingliz tili sifatida ishladim. Toshkent davlat texnika universiteti litseyida ishlaganman 3 yil. Undan keyin 2023-yil magistraturani bitirib, Inyazda ishladim, jahon tillarida. 5 yil, почти 5 yillik stajim bor ingliz tilida. Birinchi savoliga o'taman. What was your favorite subject as a child? Like many children, I was fond of literature. I would love to read fairy tales, fables written by different authors. I would read every week, every day, reading my book without putting it down. And also, I would love to listening to stories, audio stories recited by actors in an engaging, in a melodic way. And I would love to listen to them, and it would give me a better impression rather than reading, because when I read without like emotion. When it is recited by a specialist who can read it in acting way, they can change their roles while reciting the topic. I can imagine this, the situation, the event myself.
Any question? Okay, as you said, you have a lot of years of experience by teaching. Can you give your perspective teaching students with mixed proficiency level, or do you prefer separate them by their abilities?
So I had this type of class as well, mixed ability. I had high level students and really weak students. I would place them. I would change their place. I paired them with strongest one, with weaker one, so that the strongest would help them and give them activities that suitable for their level. Choose a medium, for example, not so hard, not so hard, not so easy. and the strongest one helps, and with them, I would give them pair work, and they present their task together.
What's your opinion about it? Would you prefer mixed level ability groups or separated ones?
Of course, separated one, it would give better learning outcomes if the students' level are the same, because we can get bored at the students' strongest one when we pay attention to only weaker one, because weaker ones demand more attention. That's why we need to just.
You may continue.
Murojaatlarga qo'yiladigan talablar nimalardan iborat? Bu savolga aniqini bilmasam ham harakat qilib ko'raman. Murojaat qilganimizda bizlar davlat xizmatlariga murojaat qilamiz. Birinchi o'rinda shaxsiy anaqa kimimizni to'liq ma'lumotimizni beramiz o'zimizni va qayerga biz murojaat qilamiz, nima sababdan. Masalan, nimadirimiz yo'qolgan bo'lsa ichki ishlarga, nimadirimiz masalan bankdan transfer qilamiz pullarni, o'sha transfer qilganimizda tushmay qolsa bankka o'ziga telefon qilinadi va o'sha situatsiya объясняться qilinadi. Keyin har xil narsadan murojaat qilsa bo'ladi. Murojaat turlari потребительский bo'ladi. Ariza yozamiz. Shikoyat bo'lsa ham bo'ladi. Keyin shikoyat, ariza, taklif ham murojaat qilsa bo'ladi. Menimcha taklif beramiz nimadirga. Keyin nima desa bo'ladi? Shikoyat, ariza, taklif. A man is discovered dead sitting at his desk alone in the locked office. He didn't commit suicide, but there were no weapons in the room. The only clue is sealed envelope on the desk in front of him. How did he die? As we mentioned, there is no trace of suicide. Maybe his envelope was poisoned by someone. While he was opening the envelope, he may accidentally licked his finger, and the he got poisoned because of this. If there is no trace of weapon or knife, yes, I think poison is a.
What methods do you use to improve speaking fluency?
To improve, yes?
Yes.
I would first of all, in order to speak fluently, we need to have a good range of vocabulary. Without vocabulary, with lack of vocabulary, we cannot reach fluency. And first of all, introduce the vocabulary. I would choose one topic. For example, it is grocery store, yes? And then related vocabulary to this. After this teaching them vocabulary, I would pair them to conduct a role activity. For example, someone would customers, someone would be seller assistant. By then, they practice learned language and improve their speaking.
Only vocabulary, yeah?
Not only vocabulary, listening as well can be used. For example, I would place the listening task and they listen and give their opinion. For example, how would you behave in this situation? Based on the task. Even reading, even writing can also help, but it's based on, we would choose based on the strengths of our students. If they are good at listening, I would conduct many listening lessons rather than reading, because reading, writing is considered boring part of the lesson.
What about integrating technology?
So yes, for example, we can use gamifications, Kahoot, because when I was studying at university, my teacher would give us a Kahoot quiz, and it was really engaging. And for example, we can present some presentations by showing the real as authentic materials can be shown to enhance students' learning experience.
Rus tilida dargi olasizmi?
Ruscha maktab, bog'cha, rus tilini yaxshi bilaman. Sertifikatim 2 yil bor hali. Mana shu yil avgustda oldim. IELTS'im ham bor, sefirim ham hali tugamagan. Dekabrda sefirim tugaydi, IELTS'im 30-avgustda olgan. 7.5.
7.
Assalomu alaykum, yaxshimisizlar? Men ismim To'rayev Jasur. 37 yoshdaman. 2007-2011 yillarda O'zbekiston Davlat jahon tillari universitetini bitirib, 2013-yil Janubiy Koreyaga ketib, 2014-2016 koreys tili bo'yicha magistratura, 2017-2019 ingliz tili bo'yicha magistratura o'qiganman Koreyada. Mingtalikka kiradi. Keyin bu yoqdan o'zimizdan nostrifikatsiya ham qildirganman. U nostrifikatsiya qildirmasa ham bo'lar ekan. Endi nostrifikatsiya qildirib qo'yganman, kiradigan Hangkyong National University deb oti shunaqa. Birinchi savolga o'tirsam bo'ladimi? Birinchi savol ingliz tilida ekan. Real condition degani. If we talk about the real condition, it happened to my life several times. For example, I want to share you one of them. It happened in 2015 when I was in South Korea. First, I was enrolled at the university by the several hard exams, and my phone rang, and I held on the phone, and the university professor told me you passed the exam of the university, and I cannot imagine that situation because that time I was one of the happiest men in the world. So it's the real condition of my life.
If you were talking about each sentences.
Okay, the real conditions. If I talk about the grammar, real condition is we can call the another name if clauses, if sentences. There are some, for example, if clauses or relative clauses. I mean. Subjunctive mood. If for example, I gave you the example, if clauses, if I were you, I would be great teacher. And
If I were you.
And another example.
How many types of conditions?
I cannot remember exactly how many of them. But I know what is the real conditions on in English. The structure of the real condition is first of all we use the if, and the subject and predicate. Predicate first. The tense of predicate. We use the should, would, where, was.
Real condition. Use that in unreal conditions, not in real.
I am a little embarrassing. I can remember this. Ikkinchi savolga elektron hujjat deganda nimani tushunasiz deyapti. Elektron hujjat deganda bizda hozir kompyuter, telefon orqali, keyin oldin ular bo'lmasdan oldin faks orqali jo'natilgan hujjatlarni tushunamiz. Endi hozir ancha rivojlanib ketdi. Faks ham menimcha ko'p joyda bo'lmayapti. Shu Telegram, har xil messenjerlar orqali hujjatlarni elektron shaklda birimizga jo'natib, qabul qilib, mana shunaqa foydalanyapti tashkilotlar ayniqsa. Shunda endi bundan keyin kelajakda elektron hujjatlar haqiqiy bunday pochta orqali tashlanadigan hujjatlarga nisbatan ancha tezroq keyin samaraliroq bo'ladi ham vaqt nisbatda.
Elektron imzo deganda nimani?
Elektron imzo deganda shu haqiqiy imzo bilan qog'ozga qo'yiladigan imzo bilan bir xil kuchga ega bo'lgan imzo tushuniladi hozir ayniqsa. Keyin shu kuchi bir xil demoqchimanda, bunday oddiy qog'ozga qo'yilgan imzo bilan elektron imzoni ta'sir kuchi bir xil. Uchinchi savolga o'qib berish kerak ekan. Tekst bor ekan. Citizen, the G. Davronov terminated his fixed-term employment contract with the Turan factory we are working, with written notes from the administration. However, the factory management stated that the employment contract was for a fixed period, that it could be not to be terminated early, and that if the employee didn't return to work, he would be subjected to a penalty under the labor code. Give a legal assessment of the situation. If I give a little of the legal assessment of the situation, if I contract with any factory organization, and this contract is written by the dates and what time we work, from what time to time, and if I hired from the factory, this time is written to the contract. So in this situation, the employee Davronov wanted to go to another job or to rest before finishing the contract time. So I think here the Davronov made him a little mistake because he wanted to before finishing the contract, and yes, the company employee wanted to apply the illegal situation.
How do you adapt your lessons for students with different levels?
Yeah, it's a little intriguing question because teaching the various levels students is hard because some of them are very smart and some of them is not. But I want to use one of the teaching style after the class because the lazy, the unmotivated students, they don't want to continue with the smart students because they don't understand the class and lesson. So I'm going to separate my extra time for the lazy, for unmotivated students. Extra time after the class, after the lessons, because they should study with the smart students at the same level. Because we cannot extra listeners, we cannot teach with them the extra listeners because we have no time, and is in the school example, is in the Lyceum examples.
Hiç ta'lim muassasasida ishlab ko'rmagansiz, dars bermagansiz.
Ta'limda dars berganman. 2011 bitirgan bo'lsam, 2013gacha 196 Qoraqamish maktabida ishlaganman 1 yil. Keyin O'rikzor tarafda 1 yil kollejda ishlaganman. 2 yil ishlaganman. 2011-2013. O'qim bilan multi-level C1. Bahorda topshirganman, bahorda olganman-da, 2 yildan keyin tugaydi. Aynen.
Yusufova Mahmud Ahmadjon qizi. Ingliz tili o'qitish bo'yicha bakalavr va magistr darajalariga egaman. Va teaching bo'yicha 3 yildan ko'proq tajribaga egaman. First question, which job did you want to do when you were a child? So as a child, I wanted to do different jobs like many other children, but I was really passionate about teaching, especially English was, the subject of English was on my top favorite. So I even created some role plays at home where I performed the role of a teacher while my brothers are students. Seeing this, my parents decided to give me 2 extra courses of English and supported me to pursue my lovely job, I mean. So I would say that I knew that I wanted to be an English teacher from a rather early age. Although I also considered other jobs as well, like being a stewardess, like other girls. So, can I turn to the next question?
I have a question. If you decided to be a teacher, teaching is a priority of the teachers. That's why, what do you think most important while teaching? Teach grammatical accuracy first and fluency, or vice versa?
So without teaching grammar, we cannot, help students to speak or to be fluent. We should, first of all, teach them the basics of grammar, and we can keep all of them, communicative skills and grammar rules at the same time. As a child, in the past, we used to learn only grammar while we neglected speaking or other skills. But in today's methodology, they do not suggest to focus solely on grammar. We have to incorporate other other speaking or other aspects of skills. We can do them at the same time, but grammar is the most important thing, and we have to teach them first of all, and then we come to the other skills. Yagona elektron reyestr nima va u qaysi organ tomonidan yuritiladi? Okay, I'll try to answer this question. Aholining yagona elektron reyestri Adliya vazirligi tomonidan yuritiladi. Adliya vazirligi qonunlarning ijrosini tekshiradi, tartibga soladi va odillik va shaffoflikni ta'minlashga xizmat qiladigan organ hisoblanadi va o'sha yagona elektron reyestri, aholining yagona elektron reyestri ham o'sha Adliya vazirligi tomonidan yuritiladi.
Adliya vazirligidagi personallashtirish agentligi tomonidan yuritiladi.
A young woman is attending her mother's funeral. While there, she meets a man she has never seen before and falls in love immediately. After the funeral, she tries to find him but cannot. Several days later, she kills her sister. Why does she kill her sister? Justify your answer. Okay. The woman being fallen in love with a man might have lost his mind and thought that her sister was kind of having an affair with the man she fell in love when she saw when the woman saw him with her sister. So the woman might have seen her sister with the man at the funeral, and she thought that her sister is having an affair with the man she fell in love. So that she decides to commit a murder.
How do you handle a distracted student in class?
Can you please repeat the question?
How do you handle a distracted student? in class?
Distractive. Okay. First of all, I would try to explain them. First of all, I tried to make the lesson engaging and interesting so that every student is interested in the theme, in the subject, so that I can deal so that there won't be so many distracted students. But anyways, if something like that happens, I would try to first of all explain, I try not to be rude to them. I can use some type of motivation or if the student doesn't stop being distracted anyways, I would ask after the lesson, I would talk with the student one by one, face to face, I mean, and then
Yes.
we can deal
For lessons, communication during
individual communication after the lesson. Yes, I could.
in person.
I have a question according to grammar. Can you explain which sentences?
Okay, which sentences? It's about, hypothetical, usually sentences. Like if we say, I wish, if we say, I wish I had a car, I would travel around the city, but I don't have a car, so I cannot. And I'm dreaming about, it's a hypothetical, not real thing. And if I wish you were more patient, we can say the person we are referring to is not patient, and we want him or her to be patient, so we use this structure. I wish I had like this.
What about structure in the past? What kind of structure do we use in the past?
I wish I had studied better for the exam. We use past perfect to mean the past.
Can we use would auxiliary word in which sentences?
Yes. I wish if we can so if I were you, I would study harder. I wish you would study harder. We can also say like this. Yes.
Rahmat.
Assalomu alaykum. Mani ism familiyam Nurullayeva Nodira Rustamboy qizi. Va savollar boshlayveraymi?
Rahmat.
Demak, birinchi savol. Explain the usage of third conditional. First of all, the conditional, there are four types of conditionals: the euro type, first type, second type, and third type. We use third conditionals for the regrets of or unreal case in the past tense. How do we make the third conditional? Third conditionals is made with the help of the modal verb or auxiliary verb would or should and present perfect tense in the main clause. And then the past perfect tense in the subordinate clause. I mean, if clause. For example, if you had studied more last year, you would have passed the exam. In the sentences, we are indicating that this conditionals is tied to past tense and means regret. We can indicate third conditionals, indicate that is about past time. We can use past time indicators like time markers, like last year, last month, or times ago, a year ago, and
Can say me formalities.
formalities. Formula if plus subject plus had plus verb 3, then in the main clause, subject plus would or should plus have plus verb 3.
You said there are four types of
Yes.
conditionals. What about mixed types
Yes,
of conditionals?
I totally forgot to mention about it. Mixed type of conditionals means that the regret in the present tense about not being done or about being done of actions. Like, for example, if you studied more yesterday, you would pass the exam today. In these sentences, we use would plus verb 3 in main clause. You would pass the exam today by marking that it's about present tense. And in the subordinate clause, we are using if you had studied. Yes, if you had studies we are indicating about past, that yes, past tense. Yes, we are mixing two tenses. Yes, in the conditional. It's about mixed tense, mixed conditionals, yes. Keyingi savol, saylov komissiyalari tizimi haqida ma'lumot bering. Saylov to'g'risidagi qonunga ko'ra, saylov tizimi asosan 3 bosqichda bo'lib o'tadi. Bular markaziy, okrug va uchastka saylov tizimlari. Biz markaziy saylov jarayonlariga keladigan bo'lsak, eng tepadan boshlaydigan bo'lsak, prezident saylovlari 7 yildan bir o'tkaziladi va unda 18 yoshdan oshgan har bitta O'zbekiston fuqarosi qatnashish huquqiga ega. Bundan tashqari qonun chiqaruvchi palatalarda 100 ta deputatlar saylanadi va ular xalq tomonidan saylanadi. Deputatlar 5 yildan, har 5 yildan saylanadi. Senatorlarga keladigan bo'lsak, 17 ta umumiy jami 100 ta senator mavjud. Oliy Majlis tizimida ulardan 17 tasini prezident tanlaydi, adashmasam 17 tasini. Undan qolganini vazirlar mahkamasidan aniqlanadi. Saylov prinsiplari shaffoflik, keyin natijalar oshkoraligi, keyin saylov prinsiplari o'sha 18 yoshdan oshgan bo'lishi. Agar mahallalarda rais saylovlari bo'lsa, bunda mahalla kesimida, doirasida anaqa bo'ladi. Saylov tizim olib boriladi. Bunda har bitta o'sha mahallada istiqomat qiluvchi 18 yoshdan oshgan mahalla fuqarolari saylovda qatnashish huquqiga ega.
Umumiy teng to'g'ridan-to'g'ri yashirin ovoz berish yo'li saylanadi.
Keyingi savol. Describe the successful business that you know about. Honestly, I'm not a person who is covered with a businessman or someone like that. But I know that one business history in Uzbekistan that is successful right now. At least I consider that is successful. This is about 2 years ago. I came across a pasta that is manufactured in Uzbekistan. Its name is Oila Uchun. And then actually, I am the person who goes for the local products to help them improve their business. And then I bought this pasta, and then if I go to the market or shop now, today's, I can see in every corner of the markets or shops, Oila Uchun, the products branded as Oila Uchun, which means this brand began 2 or more years ago from the from the little kind of utilizations like pastas or washing tools, but now you can see every you can see many kind of groceries or washing tools, kitchen tools, and half prepared products in branded as Oila Uchun, which means it's the successful business. It's not only about financial growth or budget. It's also producing eco-friendly and useful and kind of budget-friendly products for local people.
Thank you. How do you encourage teamwork and cooperation in your classroom?
Okay, I always try to like make my students to work in teamwork. There are several ways to encourage them to work in teamwork, such as jigsaw reading method, which is dedicated to work in cooperation with the students. Would you like me to explain this method? Jigsaw reading method. It's about reading methods. Students are divided into small groups, and they are given one long article, which is divided into sections. Then each student get one section. Then they read their section, and then they are it's group called home group. Then they are divided into their the same section groups, which means expert groups. In the expert groups, every student how can I say describe their like short videos or posters, which then further first their critical thinking, teamwork abilities, and cooperation, and also today's most important skills, problem solving skills. Maybe in English or Uzbek? Man M.S.Vosiqova Asqat qizi. Hozirgi vaqtda magistraturada Webster universitetida o'qiyman. O'zbekiston davlat jahon tillari filologiya fakultetini tugatganman. Ish tajribam Target International School'da ishlaganman. Cambridge tizimida o'qituvchi bo'lib. Hozirda shu intervyuda. First question: who taught you how to cook? First of all, I should say I'm not a girl who loves cooking, but as every girl, my mother taught me how to cook during my school times. I hadn't enough time to prepare some meals for my family, but every time when my mother cooked some meals, I always try to stand with her because of by seeing as a process of cooking, I can easily learn. It's like a ability. My mom can cook very well. Thanks to my mom, now I can cook also, but during my school time, I haven't enough time to cook, to prepare some meals, but now I have and I can do it very well. Can I?
I have a question. As you said, you learned cooking by your mom. What about technologies? Can you use some kind of technology while cooking?
I think it's all about ability, and I only use the traditional methods, like first looking is dishes is clean or no. After that, I try to prepare ingredients like this technology, or you mean some kind of technical things?
Mesela böyle kilimlik giderler, cooking book getiriyor. What do you think is more important, grammar or communication tools? What?
I think both of them play important role in teaching. Without grammar, we cannot speak properly. But if we have no any communication skills, we cannot speak. So both of them plays important role. We should keep balance, grammar and the communication. But in real life communication, grammar doesn't play a big role. But in teaching, I think we should pay attention both of them.
How do you keep improving your own English and teaching skills?
As I mentioned above, now I am also student. Word of teacher doesn't mean always teach. They also should learn something from their students or from another sources. When it comes to myself, I can improve my English by attending many courses or reading some kind of books, or while the teaching process, while the working process, I can also learn more things from the students, learners. By their mistakes also, even I can learn something.
How do you work with your colleagues and administrators to improve teaching quality?
To improve teaching quality, there are so many different students in the class, like distractive or polite.
To work with colleagues and administrators.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I need to take support from them, because sometimes I cannot handle really distractive students. That time I should take feedbacks or some comments from my colleagues, and I believe they have enough experience, they have more technologies, more methods, and I try to be polite. Keyingi savol, lider so'ziga izoh bering. Bu o'zi eshitilishidan ma'lum, lider so'zi ma'lum bir gruppani yoki guruhni boshqaradigan odam. Misol uchun maktabdan boshlaydigan yoki sinfdan boshlaydigan yoki bo'lsak, har bitta sinfda o'zini sinfkom deymiz, sinfkomi bo'ladi. Uni vazifasi lider, ya'ni uni vazifasi shu guruhni boshqarish, kontrol qilish. Katta naqalardan misol oladigan bo'lsak, direktor lider bo'lishi mumkin, yoki prezident, O'zbekiston lideri.
Boss bilan lider farqi nima?
Boss manimcha, hozir bossni direktor deydigan bo'lsak, lider bu yoqda birinchi boss, keyin lider. Boss topshiriq beradi, lider uni ijroda ko'rsatadi.
boss ham lider bo'lishi kerak deydi.
Ha.
O'zi yetakchi bo'lib ishda o'rnak bo'la olishi kerak. Ham faqat boss bo'lishi o'zi kamlik qilinadi deydi, to'g'rimi? Lider bu uni oldiga kelgan muammolar yechim topilsa, bu haqiqiy lider bo'lar ekan deydi. To'g'rimi? Keyin rasmiy lider bor, norasmiy lider bor. Bu farqi nima?
Rasmiy lider qandaydir hujjatda yoki nimadadir ko'rsatilgan lider. Bir xil odamlarda o'zi liderlik qobiliyati bo'ladi. Uni lider deb aytish shart emas, u o'zi boshqarib keta oladi.
Shaxslar bo'ladi, rahbar bo'ladi, rasman tayinlangan boshqaruvchi. Shunaqa shaxslar bor, norasmiy bo'lsa ham jamoani qasdin ergashtira oladi. Yaxshi rahmat. Keyingi
Last question. Describe a time when someone didn't tell you the full truth about something. You should say when this happened, what the situation was, who you were with, and why the person didn't tell me full truth. Okay. If I remember when I was a freshman at my university, I was a very soft girl, and I was somehow. Okay, if I tell the situation, I read some advertisement about vacancy, and this time I really need to work. That's why I went to the interview, and this company didn't tell me about the situation because this company was illegal. My duty was to call. They have more citizens, more contact numbers, and I have to call them and give information about the product. When I called people, they said, "How you are getting my number?" I just fed up with this situation. This company sells water filter product, and I should give information about them. And they took people's number illegally. This situation frustrated me. I was with my friend, so we cannot do anything. Just we leave this company.
How would you give constructive feedback without discouraging your students?
When it comes to this situation, first of all, we should try to explain their mistakes politely without decrease their motivation, like by giving prizes, by giving motivation. I think they can understand.
What is feedback, constructive feedback? What is?
I think it's like showing the way from their mistakes. In this way, just telling with justification.
Yolizmi tilni bilishi o'zi kamlik qiladi, yaxshi o'qituvchi bo'lish uchun. Bizda ham savollar berilgan, yaxshi o'qituvchi bo'lish uchun ingliz tilini yaxshi bilishi o'zi kamlik qilinadi. Pedagog masalan aytyapmiz, o'quvchiga konstruktiv feedback berish kerak, to'g'rimi? Xafa qilmasdan uni xatolarini tuzatishga imkon berish kerak. Show the way, yo'l ko'rsatish kerak, to'g'rimi? Mana ingliz tilini zo'r biladi-da, to'xtamasdan gapiryapti. Lekin logik savolga ingliz tilini bilgan odam ham to'xtab ketadi. Yaxshi, rahmat.
Siz o'qiyman dedingiz, oldin. Sizda o'qish vaqtingiz nechagacha?
5dan 9gacha.
Ishga xalaqit bermaydi.
Ishga menimcha xalaqit bermaydi.
Sertifikatni amalga oshiriladi.
Shu yil yozda oldim 7.
Qaysi?
IELTS.
Hurmatli nomzodlar, komissiya tarkibi sizlarni bergan javoblaringizga qarab, fikr yuritishingiz, dunyoqarashingizga qarab har birlari alohida hal qo'yildi. Avval aytganimizdek, nizom talablariga ko'ra o'tdi o'tmadi deb e'lon qilishimiz kerak bo'ladi. Umuman komissiya tomonidan qo'yilgan ballar umumiy ko'rsatkichiga ko'ra bizda demak berilgan vakantga ko'ra 2 nafar nomzodni tavsiya etiladi. Demak, Nurullaeva Nodira hamda Reyinbayev Davronbeklar ishga olish bo'yicha tavsiya etildi. Fayzullayeva Dildora, Ismoilova Sevara, Yusupova Mahmudda hamda To'rayev Jasurbeklar yetarli ball ola olganlaringiz uchun zaxiraga olindingiz. Ish joyi mavjudligiga qarab, bo'sh joylarimiz vakant mavjudligiga qarab siz bilan bog'lanishadi. Men tushunarlimi? Rahmat, salomat bo'linglar.